Have you ever seen an outrageous news headline and just thought for sure to yourself that there is no way that's true? But of course, you still click on it and have to read the article because you're just wondering what the facts could be behind it. Well, then you've definitely fallen into one of the biggest issues in journalism at this moment, and that would be false news. Most of us can't deny that we have encountered this at some point. It's really hard not to believe everything we see on the internet nowadays. Lately, even some of the more well-known news companies have been getting their facts wrong. This was very prevalent and became very popular during the most recent election. There were so many lies thrown around about each candidate that it was impossible to tell what was true and what was not about them. They were slandered in the media, and you just couldn't really tell who was in the right and who was in the wrong. Many of these lies actually end up being believed by many people, and it's pretty sad that people don't take the time to actually look into the news sources that they're getting their news from, and to really figure out if it's something worth believing and something worth stressing over. The easiest way people are fooled, according to Forbes Online, is by those false advertisements that pop up to look just like a normal news headline. A lot of times, when you're scrolling through a news website, at the bottom there'll be more suggested headlines. And these will actually look just like the suggested headlines from that website. But they're often paid content, and they are usually not true headlines. That is why sometimes a lot of people fall into this trap. They think that they're on a credible news website and just clicking on another article on that news website, when really they're being taken to another outside source that could pretty much have no credibility at all. And that's how some of these lies begin to be believed. Social media also makes this issue very prominent, as there are countless articles that are shared online through Facebook, Twitter, even Instagram has links to articles nowadays. And they're pretty much things that sometimes say like, a magic pill that'll make you lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks, or this celebrity's beauty secret, things like that. And these are actually a type of false advertising. They are using some insane headline to make you click on it, basically kind of like clickbait. And you'll click on it, you'll read these usually false testimonies about this product, and the consumer will just want to buy them. And most of the times, none of this is true. Sometimes they're harmful to people. And that's why you really need to start checking up on the sources that you're getting your information from. According to NPR, one of the simplest ways that you can try to avoid falling into the trap of false news is simply by checking your URL or the domain that you are looking at. Simply by looking at the top toolbar that says the URL, you can pretty much tell if it's going to be a credible or non-credible news source. A lot of times there can be a .com.co at the end of the URL, and that's usually a telltale sign that that's not a credible news source, and you should probably not believe a lot on the website. Also, big news companies have their own domain and usually have a very nicely designed website. So if it's a website that doesn't look very up to date, or maybe it's like a little slow or something like that, you might just want to check up on the credibility, maybe look for some comments or something like that. Comments on social media on articles that get shared are another good way to prove that something may be credible or not credible. So basically, I urge all of you to follow these simple steps so you can try to stay informed and in the right on recent headlines and not fall into these traps that are susceptible to many.